Thank you for attending this meeting for Allie Nickerson. She is suspected of having the learning disability of dyslexia. Last week on April 15th, a pre-referral IEP meeting was held to determine how to better support Allie according to the free, appropriate public education guaranteed by the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 and the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, in 2004. Recently, her teacher has become increasingly concerned about her inability to read. The participants at this meeting included Mr. Daniels, Mr. Polly Pocket, Mr. Samuel Pillerson, Miss Silver, Miss Nickerson, Travis Nickerson, Janet Louth, and Eliath Ralph. Allie is a 12-year-old 6th grade American girl. She is fluent in English, and she lives at home with her mother, her father, and her older brother. Currently, her father is overseas. He's in the military, so he's been gone for a while. Her mother works long hours as a waitress at a local restaurant, and her brother works at an auto shop. Socioeconomically speaking, her family is in the upper low class to the lower middle class. Her interests involve daydreaming, or what she calls watching mind movies, and then drawing them in her sketchbook. She's a very talented artist and is also good at doing mental calculations. Due to her father's job in the military, they moved around quite a bit, and she has had to change schools a lot. Since she has been here at Ditto Elementary, she has been constantly sent to the principal's office for distracting the classroom. Her previous teacher, Miss Hall, felt like she was constantly disrespectful. She gave her a sympathy card at her baby shower even. Since Mr. Daniels has taken over the class, her behavior has dramatically changed, in a good way. He recognized her inability to read and allows her other opportunities to complete assignments, like drawing images that she wants to say. Recently, she's taken up playing chess in an after-school chess program that he created for her, and she's a natural at it. The reason why Allie is not performing well at grade level is because she's kept her inability to read discreet out of fear of being mocked. She is able to follow verbal instructions well, unless they are instructions to write. I'm kind of dark there. You can't even hardly see me. There. Is that better? Then she will begin to disengage from the group. She will often daydream or flat out ignore someone when they're talking to her. Once you get her attention, she has a tendency to argue or make inappropriate remarks. This is not typical behavior for someone at this age level. Drawing in her notebook is about the only thing that motivates her. Oftentimes, she will be drawing pictures when she's supposed to be doing other work. When asked a question, she has a tendency to be quiet and either waits for the teacher to answer the question or just get bored and waiting for her and move on to something different. She's been able to fool a lot of educators up until the 6th grade just because she's so smart and able to read context clues to get around things. Her strengths and concerns. According to her general education teacher, Mr. Daniels, he has taken over as a qualified long-term substitute while her regular teacher, Miss Hall, was out on maternity leave. He's been teaching for several years and is currently taking classes so that he can work with special needs students. Mr. Daniels was the one who picked up on and brought to attention that Allie has dyslexia. Since he has taken over the class, Allie's grades and participation have both improved. She is no longer sent to the office, and he has accomplished this by allowing her to respond to assignments by drawing in her notebook and giving her verbal instructions instead of written. Along with helping her learn to read after school hours, he has even spearheaded an after-school chess club for her. Since he has been helping her, she has made several new friends, she no longer eats alone at lunch, and she even won the position of class president in the class election. Mr. Daniels has noticed that she has a tendency to wait out the teacher when she's asked or confronted with a problem or information she doesn't know how to respond to. And he's also noticed that she is exemplary at doing mental math calculations and problem solving. Mr. Polly Pocket is the special education teacher here. He's been teaching students with reading disabilities for 15 years. He has been at Ditto Elementary for the last 5 years, and he continues to elevate his success by researching cutting-edge techniques. He has only just met Allie, but he is confident they will develop a strong relationship through the remainder of the year. He has started working with her on phonics using a large dry erase board so that she can see the letters in kind of larger than life format. This helps because she regularly says that the small print letters seem to just move around and dance and she can never focus on them. She's very smart and has been catching on extremely fast. He's very concerned about her low test scores, but feels they can improve very quickly and regularly. The school psychiatrist, Dr. Samuel Pillerson. Dr. Pillerson is the school psychologist and diagnostician who diagnoses students with disabilities, and he conducts tests to determine whether the chance of a disability is evident. He conducts many tests to ensure that there is enough evidence to make a conclusion. Allie scored she scored normal in her IQ test, but in her reading test, the scores were extremely low. This created a large enough difference for her to be diagnosed with a reading disability. Miss Silver is the school principal. She was very familiar with Allie because Allie has been sent to the principal the whole time she's been at the school on a regular basis, so she knows her very well. Her and Mr. Daniels have talked frequently about how to help her with this dyslexia. She's very proud of Allie and the way she's transformed so far, and she's even now able to read the poster in her office that she wasn't able to read before. Allie's mom, Mrs. Nickerson. She's representing both parents because, like I mentioned earlier, her father is overseas at war with the military. Miss Nickerson has 2 children. The youngest is Allie. She works at, or not Allie, but Miss Nickerson works at A.C. Peterson Farms as a waitress and has very little free time to interact with her children. She is a loving and patient, but she wants the best for her children. It's just hard to provide working all the time. She knows how smart Allie is and says that she's always helping around the house. She never really picked up on that Allie was having an issue. She just thought she had bad teachers. Janet Louth is our therapist. She's a licensed therapist, and she is in this meeting to help out with ideas on how to help Allie with her emotional outbursts and how to keep her emotionally strong. She often works with kids that have reading, writing, and language disabilities. She was requested by one of the other educators and has helped the school with students in the past. She's concerned about Allie's tendency to lock up and her outbursts when she gets frustrated. Travis Nickerson is Allie's brother. He loves his sister so much. He takes her on car rides and teaches her skills that she wouldn't get in school. He's afraid that he won't be able to help her much because he struggles with the same issues. He never really learned how to read, but he is a great mechanic as long as he's not following directions in a book. Our goals. These goals were put together by Dr. Samuel Pillerson. Because the words seem to wiggle to Allie, she's never been able to focus on reading them. So we're going to start Allie with phonics and sounding each letter in a word before sounding the entire word. This will be evaluated by a phonics book test, and she will be expected to reach 80% accuracy in 9 out of 10 tries. Currently, she can sound out with about 10% accuracy in 9 out of 10 tries. Oh, I guess I don't have my second goal on there. But additionally, we will improve her reading accuracy and fluency to 5th grade proficiency level at 80% accurate 4 out of 5 times. She will be evaluated by running records of reading out loud. Currently, she reads about 10% accurate 4 out of 5 times. Our accommodations. Mr. Daniels is the regular education teacher. He will provide accommodations in his regular education classroom. He will use coursework with a larger font. The minimum font size he should have on any handout for Allie is font size 30. Other texts like books or things that cannot be resized will either be read aloud as she follows along, or she will be provided text to audio software for any digital format. We will also provide books on tape as necessary so she can be included in group readings. She will have a large dry erase board at her desk that she can write on as needed. Additionally, she will be allowed to draw her answers in her picture book when it is practical. Our special education services. Allie will attend her regular education classroom for 75% of the day and will be pulled out for special education services about 25% of the day. Because there is no support at home for several hours after school releases, she will attend an after-school study session each school day until 4 p.m. The after-school program will continue to work on the special education skills, and it will also include her chess club meetings. Her regular education teacher and special education teachers will both keep detailed records of her test scores, her progress, and her emotional outbreaks. These records will be compared on a weekly basis for the first 2 months to determine if she is making progress or requires a different approach to learning. Allie is a very smart girl. She excels at math, problem solving, and art. Her social skills are slowly improving, and she is finally recognized as a fellow student to her classmates. She has skillfully hidden her inability to read from every adult until she encountered Mr. Daniels in the 6th grade. He has changed her life by working with her, pointing out her strengths, and respecting her. Currently, she is making great strides with after-school tutoring. By providing her with special education services, we expect that she will quickly catch up with her grade level expectations. Thank you for attending.